Alright, let's talk about Banner, or Internet Native Banner. So to get to Banner, again, I have to use, like Argos, I have to use Internet Explorer. And I'm going to go to this URL here. So banner.lamar.edu. I'm always going to use this red column. Depending on in what order you watch these videos, you might have heard me say that there's two types of banner. There's Internet Native Banner and there's Self-Service Banner. Students do not have access to Internet Native Banner, or the admins, we just call it Banner for short. They do have access to Self-Service Banner, though they have less features than we do. For example, you might have a finance feature within Self-Service Banner, and you can look at everyone's transcripts, whereas students can obviously just look at their own. But let's go into Internet Native Banner, and I actually need to make some courses inactive, so that's what we're going to look at today. We are going to slowly load it. Be patient. Okay, so this should pop up, and you'll use your LEA username, which is the handle generally of your email. And you will have to input your password each time. This dialog box might pop up. I just run it. Okay, so this is the main page of Internet Native Banner, or sorry, let me clean this up. Banner for short. This is your command box, is what I'm going to call it. This allows you to go to different pages. I think you could also probably use this drill down system if you don't know the shorthand. So if you see these things in brackets, those are like the shorthand commands that I would put here. Like if I know, let me see one that's a little more common. Oops. Well, I don't see that. None of these look familiar, so perhaps that's bad advice to tell you. Let's see my banner. Okay, I had to play around a little bit. I thought you never type in a full word there, student. But if I click here and I drill down, and here are the different commands. Yeah, they're never as easy as schedule. They're always some abbreviation. So, for example, for instance, if you didn't remember that sect is how you get to the schedule, you can use this drill down function. But we are going to use that. Like I said, I'm going to go make some courses inactive. So if I need to look at my courses, my class schedule, this is the command that I give Banner, and I hit enter. Okay, so it's going to take me to this blank screen. Some buttons to note. This is next block, which will take you, once I enter this field and this field, next block will take me and generate, and it will populate data here. One shortcut on your keyboard is Control Page Down, which I use a lot. We'll talk about some of these functions later. But I want to look up my summer 17 courses. So I'm going to put my calendar year, my extension, which is 60. And I actually know the course that I'm looking for, and I know it's CRN, so I'm going to put that in. Now let me kind of backtrack here. Say I didn't know the CRN. There's a way to look up courses. So to navigate to a different page in Banner, you hit File, Direct Access, and that'll pop up that little command box again. So SSA SECQ, so it's very similar to sect, but this is a query. So if I need to go look up a course, I can go to SSA SECQ. I don't have to fill in all of this. Let's say I just want to see all civil engineering courses. I'm going to type in my subject, and I'm going to hit F8. And if you'll notice, it's populated now. Now it's all the way back to the spring of 2010. So if I'm looking, for this semester, I can narrow down my search. But let me quickly show you. It gives me my subject, my course, my CRN, the name. But let's say, I'm going to go back. Let's say I just want to look at spring of 2017. So my calendar year, my semester extension, and I just want to look at civil engineering in the spring. I type in my subject, I hit F8, and if you'll notice, here's just spring of 17. But let's say I had a CRN number and I didn't know what course it was. Or I have a CRN number, or I know the course, I don't have the CRN number. Now I can take this CRN number, and I'm going to copy and paste it, and I'm going to commit it to memory in case that doesn't work. And I can go now look up the details of that course in SAWsect. So I'm going to X out of this. If you'll notice, it takes me back to this page. So I'm just going to next block or page down and paste that CRN that we were looking at. Next block. Here's everything about that course. When it's running, credit hours, the name of it. If I go here, I can see how many students are allowed in it. I don't know why this is 0. And it might be an online course. When it's meeting, so this is a Thursday, 11:30. Oh my goodness, that's a long class. Military time here. The professor and the building, which it must be an online or something because there's no building. But that's one way that I can use both SSA, SECQ, and in tandem with SAWsect. But let's go back to what we're doing. We are going to make some courses inactive. So let me look at my CRNs. 10684. Okay, so this course was already built. It was probably taught last summer, and the records office will sometimes just roll them over. Or I might have made it active, and then we decided we weren't going to teach it. So I now need to go in here and make it inactive. But before I can do that, I have to make sure that there are no meeting times and no professor assigned. So if you notice, I'm on this first tab, course section information, I tab over. It's already deleted, but you know what? Let me put something in there so that I can show you how to delete it. Oh, it's not working. Well, okay, so now I have data in there that I'm actually going to delete before I can, like I said, make the course inactive. So I'm going to come here. If you'll notice, the orange bar is with the data that's highlighted. I'm going to page down, or I can next block. I'm going to make sure that's highlighted, and then I'm going to go to Record, Remove, and I'm going to save. If you'll look down here, transaction complete. Then I'm going to page up, and I'm going to make sure that's highlighted, and I'm going to do the same thing, Record, Remove, and save. Okay, forgive me, I've paused this so many times, so let me get back to where we were. We had just removed, oh, I don't know if I backtracked, so we're on the class that we need to make inactive. I think I already showed you this, but I'm going to go down and highlight this, Record Remove, hit Save. And then I'm going to note down here that my transaction is complete. Now I need to go delete the times, of which there are no days assigned, but I'm going to make sure it's highlighted. I'm going to come up here, Record, Remove, Save, Transaction Complete. So now that that information is removed, I can go and I can make the course inactive. But actually this one, I would hit that, Save, and save again, transaction complete. So now the students aren't going to see this and not going to have the chance to enroll in it. Okay, so just a quick refresher. I go to Banner, I go to Internet Explorer, I go to Banner, I sign in. I'm going to go to SAWsect. I'm going to put in my term if it's not populated for me. If I forget my terms, I can go here, list of terms, then I can pick something close, 2017. Oh, that class does not exist in that. Let's see, this is a fall class. And that is when you have an error. Well, it's just not wanting to cooperate. Sometimes it is difficult to delete that term. We're dealing with a summer class. I put in my CRN. I make sure my times and my professor is deleted, and then I make it inactive. Sorry for the choppiness, but hopefully that was some help.